So welcome everyone. Welcome class of 2024, FTE class of 2024. It's great to see you. I recognize a lot of your faces from our dinner with the dean and information sessions, and we're just so pleased to have you here with us today. Paige is going to share her screen and we're going to share with you the agenda.
Maybe not. Start again. Okay. Can you see that? Can everybody see that? Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. So I'm Mary Sagan. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the Executive Director of Placement and Outreach and Alumni Relations, and it's my pleasure to be here today with all of you. You can see the agenda. I'm not going to read it to you. I promise this session is going to be very interactive and very engaging. But before we go any further, we have a very special guest here today. We have our new dean, Dean Balthazard, and I'm going to introduce him. Dean Balthazard has had a distinguished career as an educator, researcher, and an academic leader. And he joins us most recently from California State University, Sacramento, and we are just thrilled to have him. So Pierre, I'm going to hand the floor over to you.
Thanks, Mary. I just wanted to drop in today once I got the invitation. This is my sixth day on the job, so I've gotten very good at Zoom. In fact, those of you that are watching me, or actually you've got the slide in front of you, but I'm actually coming to you from the Wegmans parking lot in Parsippany. I figured out where that is. So I'm actually new to New Jersey. However, I grew up coming to the Jersey Shore on a regular basis. You know, the name is French, Pierre, but I come from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and as you know, a lot of Canadians come down to the Jersey Shores, and many, many years ago, I was one of those. So I'm super psyched of being at Fairleigh Dickinson. I have been a dean twice before and an associate dean for several years before that. So I really understand higher education and the need of business students. I'll tell you, one of the programs that really got me interested in Fairleigh Dickinson is the PDP program. So I congratulate you, number one, okay, being on the call and participating, even though there's this big pandemic going on. It won't be forever. And you will see that the activities that you do through a professional development program are probably the activities that are going to be very, very worthwhile for your career. So you know, whether it's Daniel, Mary, and the whole team, from the very beginning, I have said I am a big fan. I also am very interested in learning more about our students and their needs and what we can do to even improve, okay, the PDP. So don't be shy. If there are things that you would like us to know, get back with your advisors or get back to my office or Mary's office and make your, you know, comments known. And I'll tell you, I will invest in making these PDPs about as good as they can be for you. And hopefully you'll continue to participate because I'll tell you, it's going to be very good for your career. So, hey, welcome to our freshmen. I'm starting here just like you. When you graduate, okay, 4+ years from now, you can reminisce with me that we all started this together. Okay, so on that, Mary, I'm going to give it back to all of you and good luck and have a great program today.
Thank you, Dean. Fabulous. Now I'm going to turn the program over to the Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, Daniel Wisniewski.
Thank you, Mary. It's a pleasure to see you all today. I wish you all the best as you start your undergraduate studies. And I want to just tell you very briefly about the program and give you just some sense of what we try to accomplish with these. This is a program we started now several years ago. And it's been extremely successful in the sense that it has really enabled many students to take significant advantage of what you study, of what they have studied, of their preparation, and you know, have access to great opportunities like internships. One of the things that is very important to keep in mind is you will have your classes. You will have all the work that we do in the classroom with people who have been trained over the years, who have expertise in what they teach. And you need to learn. You need to learn many of these things because this knowledge will help you do things. And it will help you learn new things too. At the same time, one of the reasons why we started the PDP, the Professional Development Program, is because we understood that it is important that we enrich the learning that we receive in the classroom with a range of other capabilities that are extremely important, both to be able to navigate the professional environment, to secure a job, to understand a career, to be able to basically grow in the sense of in the kinds of opportunities that you will have over your professional lifetime. And in that sense, what we hope is that by the end of these 4 years, you will have, with your degree, the knowledge that you acquire and they develop through all the classes, as well as the capabilities that the professional development will provide you. If we go to the next slide, when we talk about professional development, we have put this program in a way that what we want is to help you develop 4 different competencies. You see them there: career planning, business and industry, global and multicultural understanding, and leadership development and interpersonal skills. And let me tell you what we are talking about, because these are just like titles, right? What you will see is that there are many activities that will be offered through this program. We strongly encourage you to participate as much as you can in them. Later in this presentation, you will hear about Suitable, a software, an app basically that we have to help you navigate this program. But just to give you a sense, when we talk about competency in career planning and development, well, what we mean is nobody literally is born knowing about how to search for a job. These are things that one needs to learn. And some of this is really conventional. In different places, it may be done differently. And it's important to understand the language. So through things like preparing a resume, having a LinkedIn account, knowing how to present yourself to other people, you will be able to be in a position to actually secure things like an internship, which is extremely critical for later, getting a job. You gain experience, you understand what you want to do. Eventually, you will get a good job, a good career. Are we doing okay so far, or I'm talking too much? Hello, good? All right, good. Let's talk briefly about business and industry. And this is basically business and industry knowledge. And the idea here is that we want you to get an understanding of first of all, what different industries look like. What types of jobs are there in different industries and in different fields. So just for instance, you can say, oh, I want to be an accountant, but there are options in accounting. You may want to be a public accountant, a tax accountant, a forensic accountant. So part of understanding, in industries, understanding what career options are there for you, what career paths are there, what things will get you to do things that you would like to do. The same goes for others. I don't want to, bore you with every major, but let's say marketing. You may say, oh, I want to understand markets, I want to do market analysis, or I want to, work in public relations or in advertising, or maybe you just want to, work on analytics of markets. So there are, again, understanding business industry knowledge is very important. And what you will see is that we will bring people, alumni, partners of the school to speak with you, professionals, about these things and help you understand what this means. Understanding business is also a bit beyond just your particular industry. And that's also very important, reading news, understanding what's going on with the economy, understanding trends, where, example, talking about COVID-19. Supply chains over the last few years developed primarily on an international scale, but many things changed, at least temporarily, right? So understanding, the risks of certain setups, the benefits of certain setups are important. We talk about trends. There are trends in HR practices, for instance, issues related to diversity, and so on. So we want you to have a broad understanding of these things. A third competency has to do with global and multicultural understanding, and that has to do with really, becoming aware of the fact that we live in a world that is, culturally diverse, that the globe, even though right now it seems to have, fractured because of the pandemic, in reality has developed such level of interconnection and interdependency that we will see these coming back. And we want you to be prepared for that type of environment. We want you to understand how things are different in other places. If you can travel, we want you to travel, participate in short and long-term experiences of study abroad. And we believe that this is really something that will enrich you. Remember, we said that one of the objectives of this program is to enrich you, and this works in that way. And finally, about leadership and interpersonal skills. Again, what we want you to do is to develop a range of soft skills, habits, I would say a deeper understanding of interpersonal dynamics. And also, I would say, think about and form a strong ethical foundation. Leadership is about taking being able to set direction and achieve goals and guide others towards lofty objectives. And we want you to be able to do that. And in that sense, also, there are some skills that are important to acquire, and some of them you will have in some of the classes that we have. So, for instance, in the management classes, you will develop some of these. But we want you to be an effective communicator, to be able to network effectively, to be able to participate, contribute, and lead teams, and to have a good sense of what ethics and sustainability mean. I mean, we are in a world that where sustainability is becoming clearly extremely important, and it really matters that we as leaders, if you as leaders in the future have an understanding of our responsibilities, not just to the company, but also to the community, to the society at large, and so on. So these are the 4 competencies. So the activities, you will be completing them, and you will be able to, grow in the process. And if we can go to the last slide that I will see today. And this is about what really, let's go back to what we wanted to do with this program. So just to recap, number 1, we want to make sure that you as graduates of our programs are ready to succeed as professionals at the time you graduate. We're not just content that you will get a diploma. We want you to actually, be able to go on to a successful, productive careers. As we said, when we were talking about the competencies, this involves developing skills and knowledge that are very important. And these things complement what you see in the classroom. And finally, what we want you to do is we want you to be able to become more confident, extremely, extremely important, as you navigate the career search, your early professional days. One comment I want to make, and this goes with what Dean Balthazar mentioned before. We're happy to hear your feedback and your input. Some of the activities that you will see in this program were really developed with input and suggestions from other students. Actually, one of the most successful events that we have, which is the networking event for accounting and finance, was Mary and I worked with a student who made a suggestion in, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd year of this program, and it has grown enormously. So your input, your suggestions are really valued, and I wish you really all the best. Take every advantage that you can from this program, because you're just starting. In 4 years, probably much earlier, you will see the incredible benefit that this will provide you. So thank you, Mary.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. Perfect segue. I remember that day when Daniel and I were talking to Robbie Panza, and he was a junior, and he said, I wish we could have an event specifically for accounting students. And we made it happen. And here we are 7 years later, and we have 25 of the top accounting firms and finance firms recruiting our students. And speaking of students, I am now going to turn the floor over to one of our fabulous students, Lily Maltese from the Metro campus. Lily is amazing. She's a rising senior. She's had a couple of fabulous internships. She attends every PDP event and takes fully advantage of everything that FU has to offer. But I'll let Lily give her background and talk about the PDP program. Lily?
Thank you, Mary. Hello, everyone. Welcome to FDU. It is so refreshing to see so many new faces. As Mary mentioned, my name is Lily, and I am currently a senior finance major with a minor in financial planning and wealth management, and I am also a part of the 4+1 program. Thank you for taking the time today to join us as we discuss the importance of attending PDP events and the various benefits that come with using the Suitable application. As a business major, I am naturally a very competitive person. I am always seeking new opportunities that will push me to grow and allow me to rise in my academics and career. Suitable is a tool that has allowed me to stay on top of upcoming events, aiding in the success of my professional growth. Every event sponsored by Silberman or clubs that meet that are within Silberman, such as Women in Business Club and Investment Club, are posted on Suitable and have points allocated to them, along with areas of growth that they relate to. Those are the competencies. And each semester, Silberman sets up an abundance of events for their business students that everyone should most definitely take an advantage of. I recommend you all mark them on your calendars and try to attend as many as possible. They will definitely help you. As you attend these events, you can use Suitable to track your progress and earn points to achieve different levels. Aside from the adrenaline rush of competing with your friends, the events are extremely beneficial and are catered to business students to aid in their professional and academic growth. Topics include interview skills, resumes, job search, cover letters, and so much more. Honestly, I am so thankful that Silberman adapted Suitable, and I believe it has contributed to my success as a business student.
Thanks, Lily. Lily's also one of our mentors for the freshman mentor-mentee group. And again, just fabulous. Thank you. So I'm just going to briefly go over a couple of the events. Again, I'm not going to read the screen to you. I promise I'm not going to bore you. But we have some really great events every semester. And this semester, I know this is not the semester we all envisioned. We had all envisioned being on campus and going to these events live. But I can tell you, virtually, these events are amazing. And the silver lining about being virtual is it is so easy for us to get incredible speakers because they don't have to travel. So again, one of the silver linings. Just to give you an example, we have Seth Greenberg. If you follow college basketball, you'll know who Seth is. And he's speaking on September 23rd. And it's open to everybody. We also have Elisa Padilla, who I'm sure you've never heard that name, but she worked for Derek Jeter. She worked at the Miami Marlins for Derek Jeter. And these are alum. So it's just, again, incredible. It would not be as easy to get these people to campus, although we do get very high profile people to come to campus to speak. But if you look up this lineup, we've got some, great talent, coming to us via Zoom, and these sessions will be interactive. Also new this semester, a couple things. We have specific events for the freshmen because we want you to all be engaged. Again, this is not what we envisioned, but that doesn't mean that it still isn't going to be great. So we have this workshop, which is mandatory for freshmen to get you acquainted with our PDP and also with Suitable. We also have 2 workshops in November, again, specifically for freshmen. We want to help you build your LinkedIn accounts. We want to help you with your resumes. So again, just really, really engaging with the freshmen. Every Thursday at 4 o'clock, we have a market update, which is with John Budish. He's a former bond trader. And anything you want to know what's happening in the stock market, join us at 4 o'clock on Thursdays. And it's a group of students and alums, so it's really engaging, and it's kind of cool because there's super successful young alum that are on this call, and we have an email group, and we talk about stocks, and we talk about what's going on in the market. So it's pretty interesting. And if you know nothing about the market, it's definitely the place for you to be. If you do know about the market and you're interested, it's a place for you to be. We want everyone to come and just learn and talk together. So that's it. You'll get emails from Pat and Paige, and Jeremy, you'll meet him later. He's our manager of social media. All this is going to be on social media. Please check your emails. Come to as many events as you can. Now I'm going to turn the program over to my colleague, Paige.
Hi, everybody. So you've heard a lot about Suitable, and I know you're all dying to know exactly what Suitable is. So we're going to talk about that in a lot of detail. But you're also going to become aware of other tools over the course of the rest of this semester. Handshake is one, And if memory serves me correctly, when you all signed up for orientation, I believe you were prompted for an FDU login specifically for Handshake. If you weren't, let us know. Within Handshake, there's another tool called Big Interview, and we're going to talk more about that later. And last but not least is LinkedIn. And I know you've all heard about LinkedIn. But for today, we're really going to focus on Suitable. So I'm going to turn it over to Jeremy, and he's going to talk about Suitable right now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jeremy Moda. I'm the manager of social media and communications for Silberman College. So we're actually going to take the time now to download the Suitable app. So if you could all take out your smartphones. And there's actually two ways that we can download the application. You could either visit the App Store if you have an iPhone, or you could visit the Google Play Store if you have an Android. And then you'll search Suitable, and you'll be able to find the application. We have the logo to the right here. That's what the app will look like. Or you can scan the QR code below. It has the App Store icon and the Google Play Store icon. If you just take out your camera, scan the QR code, it'll take you to a link directly to the App Store where you can download it. And then once the application is downloaded, all you'll have to do is enter your student.fdu.edu email. You'll press continue, and then you'll log into the FDU portal, and then you'll have access to Suitable. And so after this presentation is over, we're going to have a QR code where you'll be able to earn points for attending this event, and then also earn points for downloading Suitable. So after every PDP event, we're going to have the QR code at the end where you can receive points. So you definitely want to make sure you have the application at all times so you can receive them.
It's really imperative for today's program that you stay to the end for a lot of reasons, but most importantly, the QR code and something special.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we move on? Okay. Pat, over to you.
Hi, everyone. How are you? I'm just going to go really briefly because Dean Wisniewski covered a lot of this about how to maximize your experience in the professional development program. And the reason we think it's important, and the 4 competencies that Dean Wisniewski talked about, we didn't just come up with these on our own. We received feedback from employers that are involved with the hiring process. And from that feedback, that's where this whole program and the competencies came from. They said that these are the areas that our students were lacking to succeed and to be hired. So it really behooves all of you. The more you get involved with this program, as you heard from Lily, the better your chances are. And our experience has shown us when we're placing students in internships and postgraduate jobs, the students that work the program and get involved are the ones that we have a much higher success rate in placing in those opportunities. So that's why we're really hammering this home. It's really just for your benefit. We want you to get the most for your money and for your experience at FDU. And like Dean Wisniewski said, there's 4 competencies. Within each competency, you can earn badges for 3 different levels: bronze, silver, gold. That's simple. So we'll have different tasks and events that map to those. And so, for instance, this event, you will get points towards the career development competency. And in the Suitable app, you can see how that works. So when you do all the requirements that you need to achieve bronze, we get you a little badge. It's just fun. Just trying to make it fun, like a little video game, trying to make it competitive because, you know, we all like to compete. So basically you earn different points. Now, some of these activities are just for attending our events and like today, but some of them are self-inputted by yourselves. Like, so for instance, 2 years from now, if you do an internship, you will enter that through the activities. And we can always help you with that. But the more you use the app, the more you'll understand. And as you heard from Lily, it's really, the app is really just an electronic tool to keep you on target and keep you focused. You're really busy. You just finished your first week of classes. You probably have a ton of reading already. Some of you have jobs. You're all very busy. This is just an added thing we're asking you to do. So Suitable will be like your electronic portfolio of where you are in the process and keep you on track of developing the competencies that we want you to have so that you can get that awesome internship and job. Next. So this is our leaderboard, and you heard from Lily. She's top of the leaderboard, and I don't want that to dissuade. This is just an example. Like, you're probably saying, well, I'm a freshman. How am I ever going to get 830 points? I can never beat her. Because who's competitive out there? I am. Like, I'm the worst person to ever play a board game with. My family won't even play with me anymore. But we're gonna fool around with this. We might do competitions for weekly leaders, class leaders, monthly leaders. We're gonna make it fun and incentive for all. So you're all in it. You're all in it from day one. So you all have just as good a chance. So look for some future incentives on that. And this I just want to show you because we're going to do a little branding thing. So many of you may already be familiar with this is kind of our format of when we're announcing events that you'll see on Jeremy's platforms. But if you look in the little right-hand corner, this little purple thing with a CD, it maps back. And if you did the app, you can look on your phone, that maps to the career development competency. So if you look at it, one of these, you say, oh, I can get, this is going to go towards my career development. And I see in my app, I'm kind of lagging behind in career development. So I should go to this. And so it's just another little thing to keep you on track and make it simple. And this is our PDP logo over here. So get familiar with that as well. So that's it. Back to you, Paige.
Thank you. Okay, so you've heard us all speak, but just to give you some perspective, Mary Sagan is our Executive Director of Placement, Outreach, and Alumni Relations. She is our fearless leader. I'm Director of Placement and Outreach, and I live on the Metro campus when we're actually on campus. Pat Wire is our Manager of Placement and Outreach on our Florham campus, and Jeremy Motors, our Manager of Social Media and Communications. We work very closely together, okay? But when we're actually on campus, you can find me on Metro, and predominantly Pat and Jeremy and Mary on the Florham campus. Okay, so why are you going to come see us? Well, not only because sometimes we have snacks in our office, but also to help with resume review or even starting one. So if you still have your resume from high school, we're happy to help you get it to a college level and then some. We're good to help you for interview practicing and coaching. You can never have too much experience. We're also here to help you for internship opportunities throughout the semester and next summer. It's not too early to think about next summer. I know that's a crazy concept, but really, it's not too soon. And of course, as Mary said, we do a lot of recruiting events and other events as well. Handshake. You're going to hear a lot more about Handshake on November 3rd. We're going to do an entire session on resume review and Handshake. So please make a note of this. We will send out additional flyers. And as Pat said, we do send out a lot of emails. It's really, really important that you check your email, even your junk email. So check your email. We don't want anything to get lost. We have a lot to tell you, and it's really all for your benefit. LinkedIn is something that we're going to spend a lot of time with on November 12th. And again, we'll send more information out about this. If you have any questions about Handshake or LinkedIn before, by all means, don't wait, ask. But just know we're going to focus on those two programs on those particular dates. Etiquette. This is near and dear to my heart for a lot of reasons. Even though you're in your second week of your freshman year, which is amazing, it's never too soon to start to have good habits for when you're actually applying for other opportunities. So we're going to speak quickly about Zoom, video, Microsoft Teams, Cisco, Skype, email, and appointments. So what does that really mean? Zoom plus etiquette. It's really important, and I'm sure by now most of you professors have talked to you about if they want to see you or not see you in the different classes. But most importantly, be sure that you have a stable internet connection and good lighting. If you have your camera on, that helps a lot, but so does your background. Be mindful of your background. So mine's actually of the George Washington Bridge, and that's the view that I see every day. But I can change it accordingly, and my hair looks funky because I don't have a solid background behind me. These are just things to keep in mind. And most importantly, mute if you're not speaking. It's very distracting, whether you're on a PDP event or in a class even, or potentially an interview, if you're not muted and there's background noise. Zoom etiquette continued. A lot of our PDP events have a lot of professionals, so you never know who you're going to meet, even virtually. So dress the part. Definitely put your best foot forward. If you're wearing pajama bottoms, we're not going to know. That's your secret, but at least from the top up, know you're presentable. Obviously, there's a hand raise function in Zoom. For those of you who are familiar with Zoom might know this. They've added a lot more emojis. So when appropriate, feel free to use the emojis. And unless you can call out or just participate in a chat, however it's set up, feel free to use that hand raise emoji and be articulate. That helps an awful lot. And of course, be present. Now is the time that's all about you. So classes are obviously really, really important, but selfishly, I would pitch the PDP time is really about all of you. And if you can be present and not multitask and really focus, you will get so much out of it that ultimately it will be an amazing, amazing feat. So, email etiquette. I know you probably have all heard this, but if you don't want to see it published on the front page of the New York Times, don't put it in an email. When you reach out to any of your advisors or certainly anybody in placement and outreach, start with a salutation, hi or dear, preferably not hey. We get a lot of text messages, which is really very different than an email that starts with hey. We want you to really start with your best foot forward because before you know it, and it can't be as soon as the end of October, you'll be reaching out to employers. You're not going to want to send out an email with, hey, Paige. So just start to think about that. And I think your professors would really appreciate that as well. Appointments. I don't know if your professors have told you the best way to reach out to them, but I know that your academic advisors use You Can Book Me. I use You Can Book Me too. Some people use Handshake. Ask people how they want to have appointments made. It'll just be easier for communication purposes. And in most cases, it'll either be through Zoom or maybe just a phone call, but just be aware of that. If you have an appointment, be on time or cancel. It's very frustrating when you make appointments with advisors or placement and outreach, or even I'm sure professors. If you don't show up, it's time we could have spent with another student, which then leads to a final point. When you register for our events, please show up. On occasion, whether it's a PDP event or a recruiting event, there very well may be a certain number of students that we can have. And if you take a spot and don't show up, it's just a spot that another student could have had. So just be mindful and respectful of that, please. Okay, so now it's a bonus slide and I'm gonna turn it over to Jeremy.
Thanks, Paige. So when talking about social media, there's a lot of things that you need to keep in mind. Now that you're a student in college, you need to understand that once you post something on social media, it's there forever. So anybody can take a screenshot of that, post it on their account, post it online, and you have to make sure that when you post something, you don't mind everybody seeing it. So just keep that in mind when you post anything on social media. And a good tip is you might want to clean up your social media accounts and just do a clean sweep. So anything that you think is not appropriate or you wouldn't want your professor or a potential employer seeing, you might want to go ahead and delete that. You could also, to play things safe, keep all your accounts private on Instagram, Twitter, and it's always great to be active on social media. Definitely engage with your fellow classmates and your friends, but just be careful of what you do on there because it can come back to bite you, and we don't want that happening. And with that being said, feel free to follow us on social media. Here's all of our channels at FDU Silberman, and this is the place to find out all the information on our events and updates within Silberman College.
Any questions?
Please ask us questions.
Please. Really?
We have a really cool contest we're going to do, but we can't do that till at least we have 1 or 2 questions.
Hey, I have one question.
Okay.
How often are these workshops? Like, how frequently?
The question is how often are the workshops? Paige, do you want to put the PDP schedule back up? We're trying to do at least one event a week. Some weeks there's 2 events, but we're trying to do at least one event a week. The workshop specifically for the freshmen, we have 2. All of you that are here today don't need to attend the one on Thursday because it'll be a repeat, but we're doing, again, specific workshops for freshmen in November. So November, I can't see, I think it's November 3rd and the 12th. But if you look at the schedule, you can see almost every week, and again, sometimes twice a week, there are some kind of workshop, event, Resumania, we're doing resumes for people. So there's always something going on. In addition to what you're seeing here, we're gonna have recruiting events. That's geared more towards upperclassmen, but every once in a while, there are companies that, you know, it's a good idea for you to go and meet as a freshman, you know, if you're brave enough. But sometimes the accounting firms will, you know, have programs for freshmen. So we'll be posting different companies that are coming to FDU to do like little mini sessions so you can learn about their firm and learn about their opportunities. Even if you're a freshman and you can't get an opportunity till you're a sophomore, again, it's still good to listen and, you know what's out there. So we'll be sending that schedule out shortly as well.
It's a really good idea. If you follow us on social media, you'll know about the events and you'll know about the events in advance. And don't forget to check your email. We definitely try to touch you lots of different ways. So if there's a way that maybe we haven't thought of, let us know. We don't want to miss any opportunity to communicate with all of you.
Which gives me a really good idea. Paige, can we poll the students and ask them what's the best way to communicate? Is it text, email, or social media? Or Handshake?
I'm sure we can poll them if I stop sharing.
Let's see. Let me see. I'll try to do it. Jeremy, you can explain the contest that we're going to do once I try to poll them.
And one thing I wanted to add that we didn't talk about when it comes to Suitable, yes, its primary goal is to track your participation and progress in the professional development program, but we also use it to record attendance at events. Like, so yes, you get points for Suitable and it tracks your progress, but that's how we know if you attended an event. And believe it or not, there are many professors within the Silberman faculty that will give you extra credit for attending certain events. Professor Wenshu Zhang already contacted me that she's going to give extra credit for 2 of our events this semester. So if you go and you don't scan the QR code, I can't tell her you were there. So you don't want to give up free points for Suitable or for your class.
Jeremy, Mary, can you poll?
Yep, I'm almost ready. Do you see it?
No.
Hold on. Poll. Oh, launch polling. Okay, here I go. It's working. Yay. Okay, 75% of the students prefer to be emailed. That's the best way to communicate. 31% like text, 20% like social media, and those after my heart, the phone call people, you're only 7% of you, but I prefer phone calls too.
I'm not calling anyone. I love you guys, but I'm not calling.
That's awesome. Okay, so you know what? Email is the preferred method. Thank you, guys. All right, Jeremy, do you want to talk about the contest you're going to do?
So we have a virtual wheel that I'm going to share with you guys. Everyone's name is on the wheel. And I believe we're giving away a hoodie for the person that lands on.
Yes, that's big.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this every event. So every event you come to, we're going to spin the wheel and you're going to win a prize.
Yeah. So if the person that isn't here, if it lands on their name, we're going to spin it again. So
yeah, you have to be present to win.
You have to be here.
Right, but before Jeremy spins, remember, stay to the very end so we can put up the QR code so you get the appropriate credit for today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, let's
Let
go.
it roll.
Makes me dizzy.
Sean Woodall.
Sean,
Is Sean here? Sean? If Sean's not here, we're spinning this wheel again. I don't think Sean's here.
He's not. I just searched on participants.
all right.
All
We'll
right,
spin
spin
again.
Poor Sean.
Sean, hey, you snooze, you lose.
Somebody tell Sean he missed out. Jada,
Jada's here. Yay, Jada. You win the sweatshirt.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Jada. Stay on so we can get your size and where to send it.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so you're going to come to all our events, everyone? Can I have a thumbs up? Awesome. Good. Stay in touch with us. If you want to meet with us virtually, we're here. Yeah, no, this is great. We're happy to see everybody.
We're a lot of fun too.
We are a lot of fun.
All right, well, wait, Jeremy, is this,
yeah, it was the other
all right, hold on.
presentation.
All right,
That's both
You need
QR
help.
codes.
Can you put that back up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are.
And Jeremy, take a picture so we can, post this, first freshman workshop, huge success. And you know what? I'm going to put our emails in the chat just so you have them. If you want to ask us any questions, if you have any ideas for PDP sessions, just let us know.
Okay, can everybody see this?
Yep.
Yeah, Jeremy, Paige, and Pat, you put your emails in. I can't remember them.
Really, no questions? Orange is my favorite color. What's yours?
I have a question.
Please.
Yay, go ahead.
So are these employers gonna look at our phones and see how many points we have from the freshman workshops?
No. However, by the time you're a junior or senior, you have an electronic portfolio of all the things you participated in. So you can use it as talking points in an interview.
Okay.
And if you earn all 3 badges for each of the competencies, you will graduate with a certification in the professional development program, and you'll have an honor cord that is associated with that at graduation. Does that answer your question?
You know what? It's a good way for us to take attendance because like we mentioned before, you do get extra credit sometimes and it looks really good. And this is the only way that we can really keep attendance, especially in this virtual world. So just do it.
And it's also a good way for you to, like I said, it's a portfolio. So now,
Yeah.
3 years from now, you'll remember what you participated in as a freshman. You think you're going to remember, but you won't because you get very busy.
Any other questions? Anything else you want to see, want to talk about?
Everyone scan the codes. Great.
All right, awesome.
Okay,
Okay,
let me
so-
just, I'll grab a photo of everybody now that everybody scanned it.
Okay. And we need Jada to stay on.
Yes. And everyone on this call, again, if you're interested in the stock market, please try to join Thursday. Jeremy will post it. It's from 4 to 4:45. And again, it's really interesting. It's kind of good to know, I think, what's going on with the stock market and why it's going up and why it's going down. And you'll get some really good advice on not buying stocks because that's not allowed, but just how, as a young person, you can start investing. And before you know it, you'll have money in the stock market. So,
And that's one of our events that is kind of informal. You don't have to worry about what you wear to that one.
No.
within reason, of course, but
Yeah.
it's informal. It's just a fun get together type thing. And it's a good way as a new business student just to learn some of the lingo.
Right.
Because when you hear it in context, it'll help you with your classes as well.
Absolutely. You could be totally casual. John Budish, who runs it, usually does it from his deck, and he's usually in shorts and a t-shirt. And it's a nice way for you to meet some other students and to meet some young alum. And you don't have to go every Thursday. Just, if you like it, it's at 4 o'clock. We have a following, the same group that comes every week, and then we have people that come and go. So totally up to you. But we hope to see you at all our events, schedules permitting.
Jeremy, did you take a photo?
Yep, I got a photo.
Okay, let's just have Jada stay on, and everyone else, you're free to go. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I hope you have a wonderful freshman semester, first semester. Bye.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.